Now, earlier you talked about kind of some of your headspace stuff when you first started this out with body image and all the other things that go on. And the way you put this in the book, this was one of your, I think one of your 10 components was and you started with it, which I was like, good, I'm glad she did this. So
Yeah.
we're not throwing nutrition and fitness and all this stuff in. And then later on saying, well, you should, this was the first thing. And you called it reframe. And in the
hmm
book, you gave us five reframes. Could you kind of talk through what those are and why they're important?
hmm And you nailed it. And I'm sure you can relate to this. What I get asked the most usually as a professional in the fitness industry, and I'm sure you do too, is just what am I supposed to do? Tell me what to eat. Tell me how to exercise. I want the plan. I want the practicality. And that is why it's the first chapter of the book, because you can't even get to movement. You can't even get to the food component if you haven't, you can. However, I don't recommend, and you will be
Yeah.
much less successful if you don't first stop and consider how you're approaching things, the lens in which you're viewing this. And I speak pretty directly to women in the book, but I want to also share that this would apply to many people regardless. But there's some messaging that we've received for years that we may not even notice how that's kind of creeped into how what we believe about exercise or what we believe about food or what it means to be healthy. So we talk about changing the way we think. That's the first step. And so in reframing, the first reframe is that wellness doesn't always equal weight loss. And I know even putting that in the front of the book, like some people are not going to like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
here and
if
that's a
I
goal
lost
of
20
mine.
pounds, my whole life would be so wonderful.
Yeah. And that's why I want to get healthy, right? So, like, I'm like, I know that's kind of not the best news for some people. However, it can be because what we're looking at is true wellness, right? And I think we have gotten the two confused at times. I was just talking about before and after photos. Nothing inherently wrong with before and after photos. However, what do they show? They show one aspect of progress and success, which is the physical appearance, right? And we know that health and true wellness is about so much more than that, the number on the scale or the physical, what you see in a before and after photo. So, true wellness, in order to pursue it, like to really be well, and it's called well to the core. So, to truly become well in both body and mind, we do have to say, you know what? It's about more than that. And we have to expand our view and recognize that just because something helps you lose weight doesn't always mean it's healthy.
Yeah.
Right. And so those two things are not the same. So it's first just calling out that truth so that then you can widen your view as you move forward in your health and wellness journey. So that's the first. The second is that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And this is something that I think just creeps in, honestly, through years of dieting and years of going on programs where you're either on program or off program, right? And then we start to develop this mentality of, okay, I'm doing this diet, I'm doing this thing. And then as soon as you have a day where you skip a workout or you go out to dinner with your family and you don't eat what's on your meal plan, you know, what do we all do? We think I
Okay.
blew
Well,
it.
I'll blew it, and I may as well just stick with what I'm doing, and I'll start back
Yeah.
on Monday.
Start back on
Doesn't matter that
Monday.
it's Wednesday. I'll start back on Monday.
Yeah. Start back on Monday. And then like a Monday, and then it's like, well, maybe next Monday because I have a birthday party this week. And
Yeah.
then it's like,
Yeah.
right. And we've all been there. So it's not about applying guilt to that or shame. It's actually just about recognizing that the more we stay in that all or nothing mentality, the more we set ourselves up to stay in that pattern of starting and stopping and never actually seeing true progress. So we have to first, like, intentionally reframe. It's not about all or nothing. In fact, we know that this is for our lifetime that we want to be well. And so focusing on those small changes, those small steps, and recognizing you're going to have ups and downs along the way is a necessary reframe in order to actually build the habit of consistency and stay consistent.